It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a can of Mikkeller Geek breakfast coming in at 7.5% ABV. It's described as a stout brewed with coffee. It's in a 330 or 355 milliliter can. Love the artwork on the can. Mikkeller's stuff really does kind of stand out on the shelf. And interestingly, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, if I've had a beer from their San Diego brewery. It was the old Alesmith brewery. It says here on the can, Mikkeller Brewing, San Diego. Usually it's brewed in the Breuf in Belgium, contract brewed, but they've actually got their own brewery now, which is fantastic. So I think this is going to be the first beer that I have from the San Diego brewery. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. Now this beer, wow. This particular beer is very, very kind of famous in the Mikkeller range. I'm not sure if it was the Brunch Weasel, the Beer Geek Brunch Weasel, that really kicked him on as a well-known chap in the brewing industry. It was either the Beer Geek Brunch Weasel or this Beer Geek Breakfast. I've reviewed the Weasel a couple of years ago now, found it fantastic, but I've not reviewed this. And I find it interesting that Stouts not had that many. This is more or less an Imperial Stout, is 7.5% ABV. There's not that much in it to call it not an Imperial Stout, if you like. I'm not sure if I've had an Imperial Stout out of a can. So another interesting kind of evolution of my palate coming along then. One finger tan coloured head, nice levels of carbonation, jet black beer in the glass. Although, I mean, I'm talking about my palate. It shouldn't make much of a difference if it's in a can or a bottle. So jet black beer in the glass, one finger tan coloured head, good level of carbonation up the side of the glass here. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, stout with coffee. A little bit of vanilla coming through, a little bit of bitter chocolate. And then lots and lots of like espresso, good quality espresso coffee bean. Smells cracking. A little bit of coconut, vanilla. Let's dive in. Cheers, everyone. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a fantastic beer. For some reason, do you know what, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I've had so many Guinnesses out of a can, and it's so kind of weak, inept. No real mouthfeel. And I gotta be honest, I was a little bit worried. That's what I was kind of talking about, the whole craft stout in a can. But my worries have completely gone away now. What I wanted was a big, dense, rich, creamy mouthfeel. And I don't know why it wouldn't come in a can, but there we go, it has. What I'm trying to say to you is that it's got that massive, big, thick, dense, creamy, rich mouthfeel that you come to expect from American stouts. This is brewed in San Diego, but the guy's from Denmark, Mikkeller, so I like to hanker on about this whole Norwegian style Imperial Stout that the Norwegians, I shouldn't say the Norwegians because he's from Denmark, I mean Scandinavian style Imperial Stout, where it's big, it's thick, it's dense, it's rich, it's fantastic, good head, good mouthfeel, good looking beer. It's got that in abundance. Chocolate, coffee, caramel from the roasted malt. Then a layer of coffee over the top, the espresso coffee. There's an underlying flavour of coconut and vanilla, which I find absolutely mesmerising as a flavour. There's some vinous qualities in the beer. There's some nice raisin and fig and plum flavours pulling through. And it's the little touch of carbonation with the massive, dense, thick, creamy mouthfeel that makes the beer for me. It really does make the beer. So amazing then. Amazing that we got a can of Beer Geek breakfast. No, well, I'm saying I've not tried the Beer Geek breakfast in the bottle, but I imagine it can't be that much different to it being in a can. So I think it's pretty fantastic, if you ask me. Good flavour, good look to the beer, and the styling on the cans as well. I went to my local bottle shop. I picked up the Beer Geek Celebration. I picked up the Peter Pale and Mary as well, the American Pale Ale, both in 500ml cans. I picked up a can of this, and I picked up a can of, bear with me 1 second, a can of Black Imperial Stout. See, now that one's been brewed at the Proof Brewing Company, which is in Belgium, or the Proof Brewery in Belgium, where they normally kind of brew their beer. So maybe this is the evolution for Mikkeller, is to slowly but surely move everything over to America. Or he might brew in America for the American market and then brew in Belgium for the European market. That would make sense, because it means beer's not left on a container on a boat for weeks on end, you know? So maybe that's the whole strategy there, like a bit like what Brewdog are doing. Brewdog have got an American brewery, and they've got a Scottish brewery to serve Europe, and then America for America. Like Stone Brewing Company, Stone have got their place in San Diego, California, and then they've got a place in Germany to serve the European market. So this might be Mikkeller's very clever strategy, I think. I think this is probably the most thought and cleverness that's gone into it, because he's always brewed at the Proof. So he knows the beer's fantastic, and they just got to carry on leave them do what they do over there. What he needs to concentrate on, and I suspect he is concentrating on the old Alesmith brewery, which he's bought in America. So really good strategy there by Mikkeller, and I think it's a winning strategy, because this is wonderful. Let's give it a rating. 7.5% ABV, fantastic coffee stout then. Chocolate, coffee, caramel, vanilla, raisin, plum, fig, lots and lots of flavours coming through. A little bit of coconut, touch of alcohol as the beer's going down into the pit of the stomach. A really well made beer. I'm gonna give this one a, why not, a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, and cheers.